Good morning, guys. I said in the Wednesday night video that I loaded this morning that I was going fishing this morning. I'm gonna try something different right off the bat here this morning. I've got a shiner swim bait on. I told you the crappie are starting to move to the back of the creek. So I'm in a creek. You can see right here, that's a stump with some crappie scattered around it. Something just broke right here in front of me. Something big just broke right there beside that buoy. I'm about 25 feet from that buoy, guys. Well, I messed that by a little bit because my depth finder says it's 35 feet to the buoy. All right, but that's from this pole right here too, though. That ain't from in front of my boat. I'm about right from the boat, ain't I? You can see some fish to the left of that buoy. So here's what we're gonna do with this swim bait. Okay. We're going to throw it on out there as far as I can throw it. Now, I don't see it. Not really looking for it right now. I was kind of looking where the fish are. I think I'm to the left of them a little bit. Some of these fish that are breaking are probably, could be crappie. Could be a mixture of small bass. Bass always hang around this area right here. And you see I'm sitting in 21 foot and those fish are in 10 foot. It's a little bit of a hump where those fish are. All right, let me get my spot lock on. Let's try it again. I don't know how close I was to them. Let's see if I can get lined up here better with them. Okay, I should be a little past them right there. I like to throw past them with the swim bait if I can. Somebody asked me just the other day, I'm not fishing the swim bait much. Well, there you go. It's a better open water bait. Is that a crappie? Wow, it's a better open water bait. You know what? I ain't determined to put. I ain't cut my guys. I didn't cut the trolling motor on yet. Yep, that's what I said. There's so many bass around here, and a lot of these fish that are breaking are bass. All right, that was a good fight on 4-pound test. Okay, we're gonna get back in there and see if we can catch a crappie this time. Yeah, I'm rough on them, guys. We're supposed to kill them. Me and some local boys, I went to the weigh-in. They had a club tournament here, high school tournament here Sunday, and I went to the weigh-in. And some of the fishermen were standing around talking about how many spotted bass they caught. And now they're saying that they're in the lake above us, which they don't want. They don't want them in here. They take over, guys. You go fishing, you go catch a bunch of those. And they're all about the same size, 8 to 12 inches. I finally got a crappie. Like I said, the small bass will worry you to death on any bait here. I usually catch quite a few every trip out. I'll show y'all some of them. Show y'all some of the nicer ones when I catch over 12 inches. I catch them up to about 15, 16 inches sometimes on 4-pound tests, and even some on my 2-pound test. Somebody asked me the other day about that, how big a fish I ever caught a 2-pound test. I caught a catfish that was over 8 pounds last year on a 2-pound test. And I had to use my trolling motor and chase him and keep up with him. It took me a while to worry him out. I could have broke him off and went on, but I wanted to get him in because he was on a 2-pound test. I might have to go to the main lake. I just said I was going to fish this creek, but to find some bigger fish, I might have to go to the main lake. Last weekend, all the fish I caught on the main lake were nice. I don't know if I caught any of this small. He's a small one. Now that one came off that buoy, guys. I told you it was a few there at that buoy, and they're on the cement block that holds the buoy. Is what they're on, right at the bottom of it. I can show them to you right here. You see, they're babies. Right there they are. See the buoy coming down? That line's the buoy. Yeah, they're small. They're all about the same size. The other one came off this hump right here. And I don't know what that is. I think it's a stump. It's right here. I've caught fish off of it before. I caught fish off of it in the video that I loaded. No, I didn't. The video I'm going to load tomorrow. I got a video coming up tomorrow that I caught fish off this stump right here. A couple of them were decent ones. I got one right there. That don't seem to be. But if they don't get any bigger, I'm gonna go to the main lake to see if I can find a couple of bigger fish. Well, he's acting like he is. Come on up here. Yeah, he's not bad. He's not a bad one. They're nailing this swimbait, ain't they? Y'all see me? I just cast it out there, let it sink down, started reeling up toward the stump. He's right at, he ain't 10 inches, but he's probably 9 5/8. Damn. Decent fish here. That's a nice fish. Nice fish. Now this is on the flash color. Bam. That's a nice fish there, guys. About 11.5. All right, make sure y'all recording. I said make sure you're charging. Bam. Guys, you know, a live scope can help you learn a lot of things, not just where the fish are and how they're relating to cover. That's to me, that's the big help. You can find out what part of the dock they're on, okay? And you can see the sizes sometimes. I see there's a few bigger ones mixed in here, and there's some small ones. I don't think this is a crappie. If it is, he's mean. Yeah, it's a crappie. I got to see him. Our water visibility today, guys, is about 2.5 feet to 3. It's gotten a little dirty because we had a bunch of rain last weekend. And I'm fishing a community hole. This is a place that everybody fishes. I'm just out here early this morning, and it's during the week, so I've seen one boat. And where'd he go? He was catfishing, I think. I don't even see him now. It was a center console. We got pretty close. We met when I was idling over here. He was idling toward the bridge. That's why I thought he was over there. He still could be. He might have done went through the bridge. I didn't know him. I know a lot of folks here. Of course, I've been here 22 years. And, gosh. And a lot of them, I know their boats. He done tore this bait. I got it. That's a decent fish, guys. He's 10. Bam. On the swim baits today. Bam. Yeah, so he's a small one. Think he wanted that swim bait though? Oh, if I can get a hold of him. Come here, I'll get you off. He had it on down in there. He ain't but about 7.5, maybe 8, he might be 8 inches, but he knew what to do with that swim bait. Next cast. SpongeBob, guys. I used to watch SpongeBob. He's small too, with my son, so who's 25 now. So, but there were some parts of SpongeBob that were just funny. Patrick was crazy, wasn't he? I know some of y'all probably watched it with grandkids and stuff, and kids. I'm not saying everybody's a grandfather, but I know a lot of y'all are my age because you've commented about that and stuff, and so for sure I know a couple of y'all because I've talked to you. All right, guys, there's plenty of crappie here. Like I say, if this is a community hole, it gets fished a lot. You can see right there, all them little marks right there are crappie. Right there's probably 25. There's probably some on the other corner. It's probably 50 here at least. This gets fished a lot, but let's go see if we can catch a crappie now in open water. I know where some standing tree is. Let's go and see if there's any fish on that standing tree. And actually I know where 2 are. And if I bring this swim bait across the top of the tree, will they come up and hit it? Bam. Wow. Fighting like a pig. Fighting like a pig. Oh wow. I'm facing this way, guys. I'm facing the sun. I can't hardly take it. Sun's coming up strong back around. I have a hard time even looking that way. All right. Y'all know how that is. I'm afraid if I face that way, y'all won't see nothing but a blur. That's a decent crappie. He's probably right at 10 inches. Look how fat they are, guys. All right. Yeah, Jamie said he come down Sunday. He said, man, there's crappie fat. Yeah, they are fat. They've had plenty to eat with all the mayflies and stuff lately. Shad are rolling everywhere. We got a lot of shad this year. They must have had a good spawn. So everything's eating good. I've seen more crappie this year, I think, than I've ever seen on this lake. This lake is not known to be a crappie lake, a good crappie lake. It's been known for bass for years, and I think that's going downhill some. Like I said, we got spotted bass now, and I don't think they helped any. Yeah, you can catch a bunch of them, but trying to catch enough fish for a tournament to have a decent weight, the size limit here is two of any size. Then everything else has got to be 14 inches. So catching those 15-inch, 15-inch fish can be tough sometimes when you're catching all these little spotted bass that are 8 to 12 inches. All right, guys, that was on ocean. That's 3 on this ocean color. I think I'll switch from that, okay? Bam. All right, guys, this color, let me get the fish in before I show it to you. That's a decent fish, too. So I got away from that dock, guys, and I got into some bigger fish. Trying to get water in my Coke. I'm having my morning Coke instead of coffee, guys. I have Coke sometimes in the morning. When I'm going to fish, I just grab a Coke instead of fixing coffee. All right. Boy, it came out of his mouth pretty easy. That's a nice fish, guys. He's probably, oh, you think he's 11 and a half? All right, on the old swim bait. He messed that old bait up a little bit, didn't he? There you go. Now that's a smoke color, as y'all can see. What I done, guys, is I took some leftover Bobby Garlands, zoom baits, some flukes, anything that was in a smoke color, anything that was in a light natural smoke color. You can see it's got all color flakes in it. I threw them in a cup, melded them all together. Some of them were worms. Stuff I haven't been using, some of that stuff was 15, 20 years old. Mason come down today, and I have so much bass tackle, guys, because I've been fishing bass tournaments all my life. And I got boxes like this, you know, and plastic boxes, tubs, on a shelf in my garage, and it's 3 shelves big. Yeah, it's only about 4 foot wide. And I just pulled them down, and Mason was going through them, picking out anything he wanted. So I'm just trying to get rid of some of that stuff. It's no use me have this bass fishing tackle, and he bought 2 fishing rods from me. It's no use me have these nice rod and reels. I had like 18 bass rods. I had a couple Calcuttas. He got the Calcuttas. And these last 2 reels, I can't remember the name of them right off the bat. They were about $130, $40 a piece new. And I had them on decent rods. So I kept 4 bait casters for bass fishing, and I kept 3 nice spinning rod and reels for bass fishing, and a door on my boat. Everything that's sitting in my garage, I'm gonna get rid of. And I don't need a bunch of bass tackles. I don't do much bass fishing anymore. And when I do, I usually use stuff that I make myself now. So, you know, I don't need it. He's fishing tournaments and stuff, so he can use it. All right. So a lot of the stuff like that I didn't want, I put in a pile. I got a big box of baits that I'm gonna remelt. And I'm gonna do some on video with y'all, and we're gonna fish with them, just like I'm fishing with this one today. So we get picky about color sometimes, but if you get you gotta mix all the watermelons, you gotta mix all the green pumpkin. You just can't throw all that together now when you remelt, and you have a mess. All right, it'll be some kind of brown or black or gray. But I took all the light colors, see, and put them together, and I knew I'd have some kind of smoke color, and it was working just fine. All right, let's see. And I made swim baits out of them. I made fishing worms out of them. Yeah, I made stuff that I'm gonna fish with them. All right, let's see if we can come up with a couple more. But they nailed it. Well, that didn't last long, guys. That was about a 4-pound bass. Yeah, 4-pound test. He took my whole bait. Now. That's what I was telling some people just the other day. Or Sunday weigh-in, we was talking. I said, guys, I'm constantly catching bass off these docks on small baits. He broke her good. And sometimes I catch some big bass. I don't get them all in because they break me off. But y'all seen him jump, hopefully, in the camera. I hope I was facing him. He jumped. He was nice. He came up and jumped, went back down, went toward the dock, the 4-pound test. When he hits that dock, it's over with. All right, guys, this ain't much bigger. So the one I lost at the boat was nice. He was probably 12 to 13 inches easily, it looks like. That's not a bad one. But I'm gonna tell you, the wind's blowing right here, if y'all can see the water chopping. Yeah, see the little swells? And that makes it very tough when you got a live scope. and you're trying to set still with the spot lock and cast, because the boat's constantly moving. It makes the live scope impossible to keep it on target. I was talking to somebody on the phone last night that called me, a local guy, and we was talking about that. He had his on his trolling motor, and he said, I like to change mine like you got yours. And so he did. He said, wow, what a difference. Yeah, guys, because I can sit here and move this transducer, and watch. I'm just going to move it. See how the handle is now? I'm just going to move it a little bit. All right? See the difference it made? Watch the post right there. All right, I'm going to move about an inch. See? That's all it took. Look. If you move it like this now, it's going. See? I didn't move it far. I moved it from here, okay, to the handle. Watch it, to there. It changes everything. So you got it on your trolling motor, and you're trying to do it with your foot, and you're moving it a couple inches at a time. You're losing a lot. You're not keeping a good picture. He said, "Yep, that's right." He said, "I couldn't keep what I wanted to fish in focus with it on the trolling motor." Again, if you're using spot lock like I am now, and the trolling motor's going left, right, you'll never keep it, right? Damn. All right, guys. Yeah, I got a pink head on because I lost my jig on that last dock on the main lake. The wind was so bad out there. You notice it's a little bit here. It feels good here. When you got that much wind, you can't even skip under a dock, guys. Your bait just hits and jumps. This is the Virginia shad color. All right. I don't think I sell it in that color. All right, go ahead and laugh at me. I can't keep up, guys, with how many colors. It's 47 colors on the site right now. So I can't keep up this what's in what. Now, I do have it in spark, ice, blue boy, the first fish were on blue boy. I sell a lot. And you know what? Blue boy is the poor seller in the swim baits. And it's one of the best sellers in the other baits. Go figure that out. The best seller in the swim baits is silver bullet and ice. All right? And so I have silver bullet, ice, blue boy, spark, which is a real bright yellow. It's like chartreuse, a little brighter. Ocean, y'all see me catch some on ocean. It's a good color. And gosh, guys, I think that's it. Anyway, I might have it in wild too. I don't have a bunch of baits with me, swim baits with me, because in a plastic pack, I just stuck some in the 3 or 4 colors in there today to use them. They're great in the fall. That's why I'm using them now. You can see the crappie right here. I got my find a little low right now, heading in. They're clean on the other side of this dock, but it's got braces on the front, so that's why I'm coming from the side. So if I can get back there to them, which is hard to do. Now this is a huge opening here, right? I could throw a cat through that one. The dock I just left was about 6-inch opening. Yes, that's why. I don't know if that's where I lost a big one. I think that's where I lost a big crappie. But see, nobody fishes it. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna have a video loaded tomorrow about the crappie movement. I said that they're starting to move to the creeks. All right, guys, I can tell you this. Last weekend, those 4 docks I fished on the main lake were loaded with crappie. They're not there today. There's only a few there today. 2 of the docks had none. Only 2 of the 4 had crappie on them that I checked out there, and there wasn't that many. There wasn't many crappie here at all last weekend. A few. Might have been 10 or 15 here, wasn't many. Today it's 30 or 40 here. That dock down there last week was loaded with crappie. There's none on it today. All right, crappie move. When you see me fish docks, and y'all going like, he's fishing the same docks. I'm checking other docks sometimes. But sometimes I'm finding them on the same dock. There's certain things about docks they like, but they move a lot. And now they're moving to the back of the creeks. I caught them at the bridge back at the beginning of this video. You can only go about, it's 20-foot hole there. Once you go through the bridge, it's only about 10 foot, 12 foot deep. And as you go about another 300 yards, it's only 8 foot deep. So it's getting close to the back of the creek right there. Right here, I'm in 22 foot, guys, but this is the channel. I'm on the main channel, the creek channel now. I'm on the main creek channel. You still need to stay close to the main creek channel as they move into the creek. What they'll do next, somebody asked me this other day, what did crappie do? Do you fish docks all winter? No. What they'll finally do is they'll move out here in this channel, and they'll just run up and down the channels, okay? You can just run the channel from the mouth of the creek to the back of the creek. Just run the channel, you can use your down scan. And just when you see a pot of fish, stop and fish them, they're crappie. All right, guys, appreciate y'all. This was just a short, and I'm giving y'all a lot of information, ain't it? Some of y'all thank me for that all the time. It's no problem. I'm just kind of adding in some things happen. I said this Wednesday night too in the winter's video that you're watching today. What I show you on this lake might work on your lake, and it might not. you got to kind of think, you might have to change it a little bit. You might have to go, okay. He said there's going to be in the channel. I don't have any channel. The deepest water in my lake is 12 foot. I have people tell me that all the time. Deepest water in my lake I fish is 12 foot. I'm going like, huh? I can't imagine that, guys. I'm sitting here in 22 foot of water. I can't imagine that. This lake here is about 60 foot, and if you go down the channel further. As you go toward the river, of course, it gets shallow. The river end's only about 20 foot. It's the deepest is in the river end. The further you come down, this lake's 30 miles long. The further you come down, deeper it gets. Your lake is only 12 foot deep. It's going to be a lot different than this lake. But go to the 8 to 12 foot areas, okay, where it's got a channel, where it's got a ditch or something, where there's a change in the bottom. All right, that's what they're going to relate to. Well, maybe where a point comes out and drops off, they'll get right on that drop, okay? If you don't have any structure, you don't have any docks, you got to fish the bottom contours, okay? Where it changes the bottom, where something changes a little bit, where a couple stumps are piled up. Maybe if you got a stump where it goes like 8 foot and it goes to 10 pretty fast toward that 12 foot, and there's 2 stumps there, that's where they're going to be. They're going to be on those 2 stumps. And if you don't have any docks, you probably got stumps in the lake that they cut the trees down when they built the lake, right? All right, guys, appreciate y'all. Fun video with this shiner. Swim bait, 2-inch. Catches fish, guys. Great fall bait. Great bait to troll with. If you're a troller, a one poler, you like to hold one pole and this troll with your trolling motor. Bam. You know, I know a couple people here that are using this shiner for that. Works great. Hey guys, I'll see y'all next time.